President Trump just hinted at providing cash rebates to Americans as he continues to win in the trade wars. He also pulled off a historic deal with the EU that could possibly put a lot of money in our pockets. Meanwhile, Democrats are saying that he's crashing the economy. We're gonna cover all that in a bit, but real quick, if you want to be part of a growing community of truth seekers, then subscribe to the Civic Trigger today.
All of that revenue coming in tens of billions of dollars. Do you think there's the possibility of a rebate to the American public in terms of all of that money?
We're thinking about that, actually. We have so much money coming in. We're thinking about a little rebate, but the big thing we want to do is pay down debt. But we're thinking about a rebate. That's a very good question. You just made a lot of news. We're thinking about a rebate because we have so much money coming in from tariffs that a little rebate for people of a certain income level might be very nice.
So how much money are we talking about here? Well, those details aren't clear just yet. As far as we know, the country is bringing in hundreds of billions of dollars due to tariffs. Looking back a few years ago, it cost around $180 billion to provide $600 stimulus checks, which could mean that this is a possibility again under the Trump administration. In fact, the president has confirmed that many trade deals are already done, deals that heavily favor the United States, one of which is with the EU.
Those things are 750 billion, 600 billion, opening up the country. We are agreeing that the tariff straight across for automobiles and everything else will be a straight across tariff of 15%. So we have a tariff of 15%. We have the opening up of all of the European countries, which I think I could say were essentially closed. I mean, you weren't exactly taking our autos, you weren't exactly taking our agriculture, and then you would have smaller things, but for the most part it was closed.
Like I said a second ago, President Trump is closing all of these deals with them favoring the US, which means that we're going to be seeing tariff revenue overflow very soon, something that could cause massive rebates to be provided to struggling Americans. And many admit that things are getting better already. It's not perfect, but it's much better compared to when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were in office. Democrats, on the other hand, don't seem to think this way. Many of them swear that things were much better under the Biden-Harris administration, especially when it comes to the economy.
The Trump tariffs, which are a tax on the American people, are so reckless, so unstrategic, so lacking in any sophistication, that the only conclusion that one can draw is that Donald Trump and Republicans are intentionally tanking the economy.
From this statement, Jeffries would have you believe that the president wants to make Americans poor again, and this is where things get messy for their party. In a now deleted X post, the DNC accidentally gave President Trump another win by admitting that prices skyrocketed under the Biden-Harris administration.
Saying that all of these prices have gone up in 2025. That's what the headline read. But when you read the graph, the highest points were during Joe Biden's administration. And so this is the White House's response. You can see they highlighted it in red. When it was the highest, it was under Joe Biden.
Right. So they deleted it off. So obviously,
yeah, the Democrats deleted it.
Yeah.
This is what separates President Trump from these liberals. Unlike the president, Democrats are completely disconnected from the average American. And this is just my opinion, but they seem to be more concerned about bringing criminals back onto American soil more than anything. That and their top priority of pushing back against mass deportation, which explains why they're so unpopular right now, even to their own base.
It feels like every few weeks a new polling organization comes out with a poll saying Democrats are at the lowest level they've ever been. And the latest was Wall Street Journal. Democratic approval ratings hit a record roll. 63 of voters having an unfavorable view of your party. What does your party need to do to climb out of that?
I have to speak to two issues that just came up here. What I regret around the Epstein files is nobody talks about the victims. We need truth, transparency, and justice. Every time we talk about this, these now adult women, they were children. Let's remember this.
Yeah.
Many of them were children who were trafficked.
That's the whole
who were
reason.
raped,
There
who
needs
were
to be
assaulted.
justice for these women.
I have to be frank, she has no idea as to what the American people want and need. I get the concern with these files, but the number one priority for the average American is the cost of goods. And with that going down, it just shows how badly they managed the economy this last 4 years. But what do you make of all of this? Do you think that Democrats did a good job under Joe Biden? Sound off down in the comments. Also, if you want the news without the noise, make sure to hit the subscribe button and become a civic patriot today. As always, thank you for your time. Talk to you in the next one.